All right. Another day, another workout, and we are killing it. So that was a 180 kilo bench. I tried 190, and oh no, I messed up here. But let's get to the workout today. It was a lot of bench pressing and upper body work. So we started off with a nice little warm up. So this is me just getting those warm ups in, getting those shoulders nice and ready. My working weight today was 150 kilos. So I had to work really through it, and I had to basically slowly warm up. So next up, my 80 kilos on the bench press. Nice control. That came up pretty smoothly as well. And when I warm up for my presses as well, I try not to use my wrist straps until I actually get a little bit heavier. So I try and do a little bit raw. Today I didn't have my elbow sleeves as well, which usually help with a bit of support, but I was good. My elbows felt fine today, so that wasn't too much of an issue because we didn't have too much volume in with the number of sets in there. So that was pretty cool. So I was training with K as well too. Um, Now this was pretty cool here. So 130 kilos. So after 100 kilos, 130 kilos, this was starting to get heavy. So I chucked my wrist straps on, and those came out pretty smoothly. But I only did 3 reps on it because I didn't want to overexhaust myself before my working sets, which is the way I usually warm up. So got a little bit of a spot here, making sure I'll set up. This was my first set. My first set is always my most important set. It gauges how good I'm gonna go. So this was very scary. Then I felt the way and I was like, okay, that's not too bad. Like I'll get through it. And I'm not gonna lie, before my bench sessions, I get a little bit nervous because I'm not exactly sure if I'm gonna be able to hit the weights. And I struggle a lot more when I'm programming and it starts to get a little bit on the heavier side of things for bench. I think with deadlifts and squats actually gets easier, but with bench press on the heavier side it starts to get pretty good. When it comes to volume, I'm usually pretty good with bench press. I can always smash the volume, but when it starts to get heavy, that's when I start to struggle a little bit more. So there's Kay on there. She has 50 kilos in the bar. It's a little bit of a struggle here. So what we did was, because I assisted her in that, we dropped the weight for her next set. And it's always important to make sure you're getting your sets nice and clean. So that's so good. It's good that she pushed um, to high. So this is the second set, different angle as well. I've got some new lights as well, guys. So my lighting's probably a little bit better. The newer lights from Amazon was really good. And this was I really like this set here because I felt like my angles were really good. I could really control the bar. That felt really comfortable for these sets as well too. So we only got 5 reps, which is nice and comfortable. K over here, so we've dropped the weight a little bit nicer, and her reps are so much smoother. A little bit of form and technique alteration, just tiny bit, and yeah, she's killing it. This is pretty strong as well too. So it's really good, 45 kilos, and then yeah, we're moving on back to mine again. So third set in, this was pretty starting to get pretty rough here as well. I was always still trying to control the weights as much as I could. So I find with bench press as well, as it gets heavier, the more I control it, the more I can get good feel. Of course, when you're going for heavy 1 rep max, you gotta add a bit more power in there. But I just want my form and technique to be good. So today I decided that in between my sets, I'm gonna try a nice 1 RM because I haven't before, like for a while, like throughout the whole program, and I've kept it very nice and light, but also just for my programming. So the good thing, it's always funny when someone walks into your camera while you're filming, and there's like crazy bright lights there, but they can see and they still walk through. That's okay. The gym, we don't know in the gym, so we can't complain. Um, this is a good set here as well too. This started to challenge me a bit. I tried to slow it down a bit. You can see that control there, but then it really, really started to push me. Look at that. That one didn't come up. Now to really reset myself and get this one in. I could really, really feel like I was relying on my forearms for that one a lot. K sets starting to get a little bit smoother as she gets through, but it's also still challenging her. And this was pretty good as well too, because we could get her arch up a little bit higher for this set and get this grind. This was a grind of a set, but that was good. She really pushed through, and I'm very, very proud of her with that one. Now here was me trying my 1 RM. I literally lost track in between. I was like, okay, I didn't expect that to come up that easy. So that's really good. So that made me very confident. But without any rest, I literally went straight up and tried 190 kilos. And this is where, um, you know, really I should have been like, look, I need a bit more rest. And also, um, this is my previous 1 RM. So I need a little bit of time to be able to hit this, And I was 113 kilos when I hit this. I'm currently 103, and I feel like I'm much stronger with my bench when I'm heavier too. But I'm hoping by the end of my program, this should come up pretty easy, and hopefully aim for even a 200 kilo bench press. And that was my stopping point there. I'm pretty certain though that if I was fresh on this one, I could have got that one like pretty good. So I wasn't disappointed. I was pretty happy in the first place. I got 180, and 180 came up pretty easy. But it would have been nice to get 190 too. So um, we leave it for another day. I was excited and I was happy that I even tried that. Getting closer to the end of my set, so this was pretty good. Then of course after hitting that big one, dropped the weight again to finish off my working sets because I'm gonna get that done. My back was still on the seat, but I was lifting slightly higher, so that was a bit of a struggle. So that's when you can tell that I was actually starting to struggle. Then we moved on to some lat pull downs, but I prefer the V bar in this instance as well. Just want to get a nice squeeze and stretch in my lats as well and feel the muscles work as well. So after hitting something nice and heavy, it was nice to actually feel the weight and feel it move very smoothly as we went. Get that stretch up. These were obviously very comfortable reps. So this was pretty good. Nothing too hard, kind of more accessory work as well too, hitting those antagonist muscles, hitting those upset muscles as well too. Well, over here, I just try to focus on the mind to muscle connection and try to engage my lats as much as possible at the same time too. So that was pretty good, and again pretty lightweight and great to hit those opposite muscles as well. Great for posture as well too, to ensure that you're hitting those opposite muscles, so I'm not ending up around the shoulders with my posture afterwards. So that's one of the purposes of these movements as well. And Kay also, of course, getting her sets in. We did the lighting here is like insane. It's interesting. We got these new lights, and when you come close up with the filming, because all other sets that we set up, we basically kept the stand like set up. But with over here, we literally decided to come closer, move around so you guys can get a better view and also see everything clearer. Make it a little bit more cinematic, so it's not just a good old standard um, podcast workout, is what I call it these days as well too. So it's pretty cool. Like we were pretty happy with it, and like I said, I just bought this off of Amazon, so I wasn't sure if that was gonna be good or not. So today was my first time filming with it as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool, and yeah, look at the quality on there as well. So my biggest things from today was I went in there with a mindset of not knowing what I was gonna hit. I didn't even think I was gonna hit my working sets, to be honest, but I was still going there positive. Like I was like, sheesh, that's a big jump. As most of you would have known, last week I did 130 kilos. So to put it up by 20 kilos, although I did 8 reps then, to put it up by 20 kilos and still do 5 reps, that's still a pretty big jump. In weight, you guys know 20 kilos on the bench press is a lot, so it's not playing around, but it was still good. Like, I went there with a positive mindset, and I had a bit of pre-workout as well before. I had the BSN Endo Rush pre-workout, and that was pretty good. I had a few sips of also hydrolyte, electrolytes. I found electrolytes have been playing a massive role with my lifting and my strength, but the hydrolyte sports actually has like a bit of calcium and that for contraction. So I found that actually that's been pretty useful when training. So that's been pretty cool to have at the same time too. But yeah, like this over here as well too, I was starting to get really into it, keeping that back nice and tight. Starting to get a little bit heavier with the weights as well. Nothing too crazy, but just making sure I can just get a little bit more tension on. You guys can see my lats moving, basically taking most of the weight as well too, with a nice little close up. So this was pretty cool, and this was pretty fun. A fun workout for sure. Everyone loves the big chest day because you get a nice little pump as well too. So I'd never see anyone complain about chest day, but yeah, it was really, really good. Then we jumped on the incline to finish off. So this was an interesting one because I pumped out 18 to 20 reps over here, just to get a little bit more blood in my incline part of my chest to create a little bit more balance as well too. Again, my whole workout was actually structured around our flat bench. Everything else was more accessory work. And that's exactly what Kay did at the same time too. So, we try to make sure that we actually get in as much as we can. Our main focus was making sure that we get those sets and reps on our bench press. And then for here, it didn't really matter how much we went. So you kind of go by feel. So like after the bench press, my palm felt a little bit weird, from like just gripping heavy weight for so long. And of course, I went a lot heavier than I was supposed to as well. By trying the 180 and 190. So that obviously took it out of me. So I just decided to just control this weight. Not go too heavy. There's only 70 kilos in the bar. I've obviously done so much more, but just focus on control and focus on the muscle work. And there's another person walking past my video. But yeah, just, get that mind to muscle connection working. Those are some of the important things, you can do. And it was all about going by gauging and how we feel. Kay was still pretty good, going pretty good on this one. Like 30 kilos was still pretty strong on the incline for her. So that was a pretty good one. And we both really enjoyed the workout. We felt a good pump as well too. And I honestly would recommend a workout like this because it just allows you to focus on numbers. And that's the beauty of it. So we both had percentages of our max to hit for our workout. Today, mine was 75% of the max I'm aiming for, which is 200 kilos. So that's why I was working with 150. I hope I got that right because that's pretty embarrassing if I didn't. But hey, I'm not I hope my math is actually pretty decent. So I'm actually going to do a quick 75% of 200. Okay, it was 150. Sheesh. So yeah, it was a good workout. Absolutely killed it. And yeah, I just want to take a moment to say a big thank you to everyone that's been supporting the videos, watching them all the way through as well too, and helping to boost my algorithm. I really, really want these series to take off, and I want to be able to give more to you guys. So please help me, if you can, just even watch it all the way through and support it. Give it a like. Drop a comment as well too. I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate you guys again. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you, and we're out. Peace.